guys, to the future of gaming. It is Gabriel here, and this is Evolve Games. I know I haven't posted in a while. What the hell? There's a pimple on my arm. Screw that. Anyways, so I haven't posted in a while, and I'm really sorry about that. My audio may seem a little bit shoddy right now because I don't have my microphone with me. It's over there, and the thing's busted, so I gotta fix that. It's not a hard fix. I just don't feel like doing it right now. And today, you are watching this Mob of the Dead in the background, because that's all I could get. I couldn't get gameplay for each of these maps, because it would take up too much space on my computer. I gotta go delete a bunch of viruses. I'm having a bunch of problems with it right now. But, this is the top 5 innovative maps. My bad. I feel really bad for not knowing what I was doing right there. It's the top 5 innovative maps. So what this is it's kind of like there's 5 maps that I've put here. 5 being the least influential of the top 5. It's the shiniest. It's the shittiest of the shiniest, if you know what I mean. Well, I don't really know how to word that. Anyways, and so what it is it's like 5 maps. 5 of the maps that have brought something into zombies that have been new, innovative, and have changed the series for good. And so, coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Call of the Dead. And Call of the Dead introduced 2 main things, but I'm not gonna talk about one of those things. Well, I'm just gonna mention it. It's Deadshot Daiquiri, and Deadshot Daiquiri is just useless. I don't care about it at all. I think I've only used it like 3 times in my entire career in zombies. And, but what it did introduce is it was the first map to have a major Easter egg. Now, I would normally say Doris was the first map to do this, but, I kind of want to say Call of the Dead, because Doris, you actually just shot a bunch of stuff. It wasn't really like a major Easter egg. Where Call of the Dead, you had to do all the stuff where you had to release people and kill George and everything. It was quite an interesting map. It has to be one of my favorites of all time. And, that's kind of why I put it in the number 5 spot. Now, coming down to the number 4 spot, oh god, this is my first time commentating like this, it's terrible. I have Shangri-La. Now, Shangri-La is another one of my favorite maps. A lot of people hate Shangri-La, I'm not sure why. It's one of my favorite maps of all time. It's so close quarters and innovative. I mean, what it introduced is another 2 things. It had the bosses, you had the Shrieker Zombie and the Napalm Zombie, and each round they would come, and it just added a little bit of a challenge. But another thing they added was just different ways to get to the Pack-a-Punch, which was also seen in Kino and a lot of other maps. Right now I don't have it written down on my little sheet here, so that's kind of something I didn't have written down, was the whole new ways to get to Pack-a-Punch. But in this, you had to stand on little stones, and the stairs would rise back up, and you could get up there to the Pack-a-Punch. You only had a certain amount of time to do it, and so that's kind of why I wanted to throw that in there. I didn't really have it written down there, so that's kind of why that seemed a little bit freestyle. And so that's why I put that at the number 4 spot, and I honestly think that's a reasonable place to put that. Now, number 3. What? Sounds like someone's breathing in here. It's really weird. That's kind of why. Is that me? Am I making that noise? It's like wheezy. What the? Anyways, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Y'all can't hear it, but I sure know I can. It's kind of creepy. Anyways, number 3 was a tie between the number 2 spot and the number 3 spot, but I had to put this one here because the number 2 spot had a lot more to it. In the number 3 spot, you have Verrückt. Now, Verrückt is, the reason I put this on here is because it introduced 2 things that we know and love in zombies today, and that would be the perks. You had Juggernog, Speed, Cola, Quick Revive, and Double Tap, but of course nobody loved Double Tap. Double Tap was a little whore. Yeah, anyways. And it also introduced the power to power the perks, and of course the power goes hand in hand with many other things that go into the zombie series that were introduced later on. But of course, Verrückt was only the 2nd map to ever be released, so it didn't have a ton of those things that we know today. and that's the reason it got put in the number 3 spot rather than the number 2 spot. Speaking of the number 2 spot, we have Mob of the Dead. Now, Mob of the Dead introduced a lot of things. I mean, a ton of things. Not only was it creepy, but it introduced a ton of things, and that's what I like about it. And that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to be just listing off all these things you may not have noticed. Number 1 for kind of Mob of the Dead is it introduced a new way of travel, and that was the plane, which we also saw in Origins, which wasn't a plane, but you had to get the gramophone and build the portals, which it's sort of like a second dimension, even though in Mob of the Dead it wasn't a second dimension. You just flew to a part of the map that you couldn't get to without building the plane, and so that's kind of what I like about it, is the whole buildable transportation. I like that. And then you had the jump scares. Oh god, the jump scares. I remember the first time I got it, both scared me and my friend. We were sitting there, we were playing, and actually this friend that I'm talking about we might record with eventually. But we were sitting there on top of the Mob of the Dead place where you build the plane. We were just about to leave, and I just noticed the fireworks for the first time, and I was actually genuinely kind of trying to look at where the fireworks came from. I was wondering if there was something off in the distance, and I did have a DSR. It just so happened that I had a DSR or a Barrett or something. I think it was a DSR, and I aimed on the sights, and boom, I pissed my pants. And so then next you have things like secret weapons that take you a little bit to get. Like you have the Golden Spork and the Hell's Retriever, which can also be upgraded to the Hell's Redeemer, which are exceptionally good. The Hell's Retriever is exceptionally good. The Golden Spork is just like Jesus came back to Earth, came and found us. But anyways, I love still that breathing. I love the Golden Spork. It's fantastic. And so they kind of introduced the whole taking stuff. Wow, I am taking a long time. Mob of the Dead. Last thing is you have upgradable guns. If you get the what's that thing called? The Blundergat, and you upgrade it to the Acid Gat, then that is an upgradable gun. Now, of course, you have upgrades like the Pack-a-Punch, in which you can upgrade your gun by upgrading it. Wow. Anyways, so you have that, and you can upgrade your gun the second way. You can upgrade it twice, pretty much, because you can upgrade it to the Acid Gat, and then Pack-a-Punch that to the Vitrolic Withering, which I really love. And now, coming down to the number one spot, the thing that I think was most influential, I think you all called it, anybody who's actually watching this video, I think you know what this is. I wanted to put Nocturne Totem here, and I'm just going to have Nocturne Totem as a little bit of an honorable mention, because Nocturne Totem was kind of the start of zombies, but I had it there originally, and then I changed it. I have it at Der Riese. Now, Der Riese is an amazing map. Not only is it one of my favorite maps, I'm going to probably say it's my favorite map, but it introduced two things that have completely changed zombies. They introduced the teleporters, which I think have been in pretty much every zombies map. No, Call of the Dead didn't have it. Did Shangri-La? No, Shangri-La didn't have it either. Wow. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not in every zombies map. I'm pretty sure it was in most of them. They had it in Transit, Mob of the Dead. No, they didn't have it in Mob of the Dead either. Wow. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, the teleporters weren't that influential. They've been in a lot of maps, though, I can say that. They've also influenced custom zombies, which I'm going to be posting very soon. But, and they also introduced Pack-a-Punch with the Riese. And Pack-a-Punch is the most memorable thing about zombies. I guarantee in 20 years, when everybody's forgot about zombies, the one thing they'll remember is Pack-a-Punch. It is the one thing that has been in every single map besides the first three. And, it's everywhere. It's kind of the icon of zombies. It's what you want to get. It's the most expensive item there, except for, I don't know. No, Mule Kick's 4,000, which is stupid because Mule Kick sucks. But that's for another video. So, Pack-a-Punch is the most memorable, best thing to have happened in zombies so far, and I honestly think it deserves to be in the number one spot. Der Riese, thank you for changing zombies permanently. But of course, without the other four maps that have been there, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Varrook, Mob of the Dead, and of course Der Riese, without them, zombies would not be the zombies we have today. God, without even one of these maps, zombies would not be the zombies we have today. Without Call of the Dead, you wouldn't really have Easter eggs. Without Shangri-La, you wouldn't really have bosses. Without Varrook, you wouldn't have perks or power, and that would really suck. Without Mob of the Dead, you wouldn't have a whole gasm of things. And without Der Riese, you wouldn't have the most memorable thing, Pack-a-Punch. So thank you all for watching. This has been Top 5 Innovative Maps in Call of Duty Zombies. If you enjoyed, please make sure to slap that like button. And go ahead and give my channel a subscription. I would love that. And thank you for watching. Go share my channel with your friends, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, whatever you want to do. Instagram, God, follow my Instagram. Wait, no, don't follow my Instagram. That is my personal Instagram. My bad, that ain't going in the description. Thank you all for watching.